What's going on, guys? My name is Aldeniro and welcome to episode 51 of my Leicester City career mode. I've got a question for you guys at the very start of this episode, and it is quite simply, what is the best player that you have signed on a pre-contract agreement? Do let me know in the comment section. Tell me everything. I love reading stories about your career modes. But as you see, we're starting this episode off with a pre-contract agreement deal for Sam Byram from Leeds United, who is rated something like 70 something. I didn't scout him fully, but he goes up to 80 and even past 80 for some people, so that's pretty interesting. And I think right back is kind of a weak spot for us at the moment. I also went in and made a pre-contract offer for Jack Butland, despite the fact that we have a very good number one in Kasper Schmeichel. I just thought we'd get Butland in anyways. I didn't really rate him in FIFA 14, but even if we never use him, we should be able to sell him on for a handsome profit. So we actually had a problem when we agreed the Butland deal. That meant that we couldn't agree for the Byram deal because we didn't have enough money in the wage budget, so I had to stall that deal and really just hope for the best to see what would happen. And then we got a miracle in the form of a Hull City bid for Gary Mackay-Steven, and at the age of 26 he just really hasn't progressed the way that I thought he would, and there's not really a place for him in the first team anymore. So £1.4 million from Hull City is a fair bid, so he goes to them. We get Byram in, and then we have money left over to try and sign another player, so I allocated more of the transfer budget straight into the wage budget, and I went and I found this guy Cristiano Baraghi, who was really good on one Football Manager game as far as I remember, and I think he has potential in the high 70s or low 80s, so he can be a good backup left back to Andrew Robertson, and I think then we'll have all the fullback positions sorted for next season. So this looks like a pretty good deal. He didn't agree to the initial contract offer, so I had to give him crucial first team player squad role. He ends up accepting that in the unwinding hours on deadline day, and we get him in on a pre-contract deal, which means that he will join us next season along with the two other players. That was all of our business on deadline day concluded, and I think we did pretty well. We made 3 signings, 2 of which were in fairly crucial areas that needed to be strengthened, and one of which provides us with an adequate backup goalkeeper. He will be our 5th goalkeeper in the squad when he joins, but not to worry. We go into our first game of this episode, which is at the Riverside Stadium, if that is still where Middlesboro play, and obviously we're playing against Middlesbrough. We're playing in the snow. I rant about the snow an awful lot. A lot of people tell me stuff like, oh, just turn it off, like change the snow. Like, I know, but I don't look at the weather conditions before every game, and I think changing the weather to suit me and my style of play is kind of cheating in a way. But you saw there in the 4th minute, Zaha actually went off with an injury, which was pretty serious. We had to, I forget who we even brought on instead of him, if it was Ince or someone like that. But in the 39th minute, Mike Canalete had a shot that went just wide, and in the 45th minute inside stoppage time at the end of the first half, Middlesbrough came forward through Adam Clayton, and the ball comes to Kozak, whose shot hits off the frame of the goal, causing Kasper Schmeichel to fall into a state of disarray, but thankfully the ball stayed out of the net and it was still 0-0. But Middlesbrough came into the second half all guns blazing as they tried to seize the lead in the game, but we got our chance cleared from John Stones, and then Middlesbrough would come forward once again with Clayton playing the ball into Kozak, and his shot drifts just far wide of the post. Then in the 51st minute, an amazing ball over the top from Ki Sung-Yong gets intercepted by Lewis Muriel, who almost scored with that chance, but sadly it wasn't to be, which is something I say an awful lot now. Sadly it wasn't to be. I find myself saying that an awful lot. Sorry if that annoys anyone. I'll try not to say it. But Julian Brandt picks the ball up in the 57th minute. He runs into the box, and from a really tight angle, he scores his first goal in a Leicester jersey, and I couldn't be happier about this because he has not impressed me, in all honesty. He's someone like I have high expectations for, because I know that he does turn into a big player, but he's not really fast enough. He's not really agile enough. He doesn't really offer me anything. I've been playing him on that right hand side, but in this game I played him on the left initially, and then I moved him into the centre of attacking midfield position, and thankfully it came to fruition. He scored, and that's really all you want from a player in that type of position, so that was pretty good. We end that game with a 1-0 victory away from home against Middlesbrough. They're bottom of the league. We should have done better, I think, but sadly it wasn't to be. But we find out after that game that Wilfried Zaha is going to miss 3 fucking months with a broken ankle. That's him and Koyate, both out for 3 months with the same type of injury. If I were Arsene Wenger, I would say that there is a conspiracy against this club, and it has to stop, and it's outrageous, because now we're going to go into our game against Atletico Madrid in the Champions League, and we're not going to have Koyate and Zaha, and for all by all accounts those two are pretty much the 2 MVPs of the team, so it's a little bit of a shame. But we go up against Stoke City at the King Power Stadium in the next game, and this pitch looks lovely at the moment in this kind of weather. Jack Butland in goal for Stoke City, obviously playing against his future club, and he made a good save in the first minute. Almost got caught out in the 17th from that Gardner shot, and then in the 41st minute we got an injury to another crucial player, Stephen Corker, as he went down, and he seemed to like completely discombobulate all of his joints on the way down in his legs. But yeah, he went off. We had to bring on I brought on Schlupp actually, and I put Rowan into a centre back, and I put Schlupp in midfield because I just wanted to go all out for this victory. But we picked up a free kick in the 45th minute, which Tom Ince dispatches into the back of the net with a wonderful shot. And that's his second goal of the season, and it's his second free kick goal of the season from a similar position as well. I love scoring those. It's definitely easier to score them on this game for sure, but that doesn't take away how beautiful they look when they actually find the back of the net. I think we've scored 5 or 6 of those so far in the series, and it's amazing, to be honest, that I never made a pre-contract agreement for any player before. Like, this is the first time that's happened. I suppose we tried to do it for Fabian Delph, didn't we, but it didn't really work out. But we come into the second half with Stoke City trying to get the equaliser in this game, and they were pushing forward a little bit more. They're currently relegation candidates in this game, and in the 54th minute Bojan picks the ball up on the edge of the box. He runs in to shoot just wide of Kasper Schmeichel's goal, and then 4 minutes later they came forward again. This was sort of a patient build up from them, operating mostly down the right hand side of the pitch between Bardzi and Arnautovic, but it comes to Diouf in the centre of the goal, and just before the hour mark he manages to get that all important equaliser for Stoke City. And that was a kick in the teeth, to be honest, because we were comfortably in front in the first half and Stoke City didn't threaten us at all. But when you put the teams under pressure sometimes in this game, they just come out with a completely different mentality, and it's really difficult to play against. But as you see, we're now in the final 4 minutes of the game. I went with all out attack despite defending a corner, and the ball comes in towards Diouf. It goes up, Schmeichel gets a hand on it. It's eventually kind of really badly cleared as Ince intercepts a pass, and he comes forward, he plays it into Maicon Leite, and then we've got a 3-on-2 position here, and it's definitely possible for us to get the winning goal from this. But Maicon Leite, with the amazing agility and footwork, getting into the back of the net, and what a finish as well from the little Brazilian. He is such an absolute hero, netting us the winner in the final 2 minutes of the game with just such a basic run. And I don't know, he's so fast, he's so agile, he's so skillful, he's so good at finishing. It's brilliant. I love Maicon Leite. We find out after that game that Stephen Corker is going to miss 9 days with a shoulder injury, and our game against Atletico was actually 11 days after that fixture, so he was actually fit to go into the first team, which is huge. We start off the first leg of this Champions League first knockout stage at the King Power Stadium, which is obviously an advantage to us because we don't really do that well away from home, although we did do well against Milan, I suppose. But a place in the quarterfinals up for grabs for the winner here. That's what's at stake, and we were really hoping to do well in this game. Corker and Stones make up the defence, and I went for Rowan Ince in place of Koyate in midfield alongside Ki Sung-yong. Atletico's Madrid team is absolutely ridiculous. Miranda and Godin obviously amazing. Leighton Baines inexplicably placed at left back in the team, with Christian Eriksen and Paul Pogba making up the midfield, and it's just a sick team. Like, they just have an incredible squad, and any kind of result out of this game would be difficult for us. But Luis Muriel tested the goalkeeper early on in the opening 7 minutes, as I was hoping to use his experience in the Champions League to kind of centre the play through him, because he is a good enough player to do so, and his left-footed finesse shot went over in the 19th minute. Then we come up to just beyond the half-hour mark with the ball coming into Raul Garcia, who takes it round Ki Sung-yong in the box and goes for the shot, but thankfully the goalkeeper Kasper Schmeichel was equal to it. Then in the 37th minute we came forward with Luis Muriel on the ball from the edge of the area. He goes with the Ronaldo chop and takes it in beyond 2 players, and then goes for the near post shot. It's eventually cleared only as far as Ki Sung-yong, but sadly his left-footed first-time strike goes just wide of the post. And then we come into stoppage time at the end of the first half with Maicon Leite coming forward. He plays it into Luis Muriel, who gets into a decent enough position, but goes for a wild finesse shot from an impossible angle, and it wasn't gonna go into the back of the net from there, in all honesty. But in the 57th minute, Maicon Leite picks the ball up on the right hand side of the pitch and bears down on goal with incredible pace, and gets in to finish beautifully into the bottom corner of the net with his left foot, and give us a completely unexpected lead against Atletico Madrid, the Spanish Giants. And this is an amazing goal. Like, I know it's so basic and it's so easy, but it's so refreshing to have a player who can do that in this game, because it is a difficult game to play. And as you can see from this quick pacey passing in the 77th 67th minute, Atletico really did turn it up a notch, and Arda Turan's shot in the 77th minute was saved amazingly by Kasper Schmeichel. Look at that for a save. That is so close to going in. Fingertips in it, and he keeps us in the game and keeps us from conceding a vital away goal. Then we come up to the 82nd minute with Jeffrey Schlupp coming down the left hand side of the pitch. He was a second half substitute. His cross found Leite, whose header was tipped onto the crossbar by the goalkeeper, and then the rebound header was saved comfortably by him. But it didn't matter. We end the game with a 1-0 victory to take to Madrid in 2 weeks time, or actually I think it's more like 3 weeks time. But what an amazing result that is. It's just unbelievable. Can you imagine if we go there and do well and get into the quarterfinals of the Champions League? That would just be unbelievable. But if you guys enjoyed this episode, please do leave a like. That would be much appreciated. I've been El Dinero. Thanks for watching.